Okay.
All right, so I'm going to call this meeting of the Norwich Ad Hoc Tennis Committee together. We have 4, so we have enough for a quorum. Are there any
Here comes Roy.
citizens? Is he coming in?
Yeah, I think he's coming right
There he is.
now. He's trying to connect, but I don't know. You can keep going if you want. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so any citizen comments? I don't see anybody on the Zoom meeting. Anybody know of any citizen comments? Cheryl, anybody called about anything in particular?
Not this month. Nope.
Good. Less the better. Everybody had a chance to review the minutes that Martha sent out today?
Yes,
Yes,
I know Martha's reviewed them. She sent them out. What about you, Paul?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody like to make a motion to approve those minutes?
I approve those minutes.
Okay, you're making the motion. Anybody like to second the motion?
I will second the motion.
All right. All in favor of the minutes as presently dictated?
Aye.
Martha says
Aye.
aye. I say aye. Aaron, Paul?
Aye.
Okay, we got 4 ayes. And is that you, Roy?
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm on my phone, so it's a little bit of a challenge. I forgot to bring my laptop home.
Not a problem. Okay. The minutes then are approved as written. Our new business, this should be a relatively short meeting, I think, folks. New business fundraising efforts. I'm assuming we haven't gotten a whole lot more in. We haven't, I don't think anybody, I know I haven't really gone out of my way to try to contact anybody as yet.
No, we remain at the 14,367 that I've received in the office. Yet we did get a call from someone who's looking to donate that Martha, that you called. So hopefully that comes through.
Good job, Martha. So that hasn't changed any, our action items, sorry about that, were that we were supposed to do the email blast. We were supposed to try to get a quote, and the email blast was going to be based on that quote, knowing how much we had raised, knowing how much that we needed. Unfortunately, the company Classic Turf has not been forthcoming with that quote, so it kind of hamstrings us a bit.
Yeah, that was actually the question I had, because I thought we were expecting it the week after we met.
Yeah, no, we were, both Cheryl and I are a little bit irritated at that. So apparently we are able to have contact with another company that was recommended to us by the people who surfaced, who make the product that we resurface for the Stanton courts.
Yep.
And we're thinking about asking them to make a bid. What was the name of that company, Cheryl? RX or something?
RM.
RN.
Let me look at my text here. Yes, RS Site and Sport.
Can you
R-
repeat that?
The letter R and then the letter S,
S.
Site, SITE, and Sport. They do post-tension concrete.
Where they at? Do you know where they're out of?
Not kind of like Waterbury, Connecticut, Danbury, that area.
It's the same area that Classic Turf is from, isn't it?
I think so.
I think that's where they're out that way.
Did Classic Turf, I don't know if they had to come out and look at it, or did they have to come out and look, and they did?
Yeah, that was part of the last meeting. They had come out and looked,
Oh, okay.
or just before the last meeting.
Okay, and they just haven't brought forth a quote.
No, after 3 weeks, they said they would get it to us in 1 week. It's been 3 and we
Yeah.
still don't have it.
Fred, I did reach out to him today. He said this Friday, he can get us a rough quote.
Yeah, well, I'm not holding my breath.
rough
not be
quote.
surprised, I would not be surprised if they're trying to get prices from their suppliers or their vendors, because pricing seems to be going up every couple of weeks or every
And
month.
availability of
If
product
we
too.
get a quote, can we get that quote guaranteed for a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
Good point.
I would guess
Got it.
availability of product is an issue too.
Yeah. So,
Well, it sounds like he isn't even gonna give you a firm quote. So if it's gonna be a rough one, you can't really say you're guaranteeing that. You need something specific so
Well-
we can ask them to guarantee it.
yeah, we can try to pin them down. The worst they can say is no.
So Paul, how is that working in the, I think you do some construction or contractors just changing their prices all the time that they quote you or?
Well, in the lawn and garden industry, the price of bags for products keeps going up because they're based on a petroleum product. Plastic is made from petroleum, so the prices keep going up. Fertilizer prices keep going up, vermiculite, bark, anything that goes into grassy, goes into lawn and garden, suppliers or vendors are taking a look at what they are able to produce, what they're able to get on a supply chain. And then they're changing pricing as they go along. So it's really depending on what the supplier is able to get. As Roy just mentioned, things are changing all the time. So I'm just wondering if they're having a hard time like everybody else in getting products and getting pricing, getting shipping is another issue that everybody's having.
Well, it might be an issue for the steel. I know steel's hard to come by, and the price of that's going up, but is concrete going up? I know that petroleum products in terms of asphalt and that sort of thing going up. But I
Yeah, oh
wonder-
yeah. Building materials are going up dramatically.
Yep, and I know like transportation, like over the road transportation, I think I saw something in the news today where the trucking industry itself is low on personnel because
Yeah.
I guess the drivers aren't passing drug tests as easily as they used to.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is the labor market. You don't have as many people working, but the people that are working are demanding more money. So there could be costs involved with labor as well.
Great time
And
to
they
have a project.
Jeez. And then I think the vaccination, so I heard some of the truck drivers don't want to get the vaccination. Okay, well, we'll see what Brian gets us.
So then on another topic, the Stanton courts, I guess, would be the next thing we need to talk about. I went and I did secure those materials from the guy up in Chaplin, up in the middle of nowhere. And he gave us some paint, he gave us some sealer. And I did go to try to take a look at those cracks and try to seal some of them on my own, but they're too deep and they're too wide. So it was a folly. So Cheryl and I have talked, and we think in the spring, what we'll do is or maybe even an early first part of the year, we'll contact some people who do patchwork, tennis court patchwork, and actually subcontractor it out, because Cheryl doesn't really have the manpower for people to do that.
Mhm.
So
Those cracks seem to grow very quickly.
yeah, they do. I don't suppose you've been over to the Jenkins courts. You don't want to see those cracks. You fall in
No.
them. Yeah. So yeah, they're only going to get, they're not going
Worse.
to get any smaller. They're probably only going to get bigger, but it's too late in the season now to do anything about it.
Yep.
Too cold.
Yeah, I mean, we met with the Luke who supplies this Dynaflex material. Me and the crew met with him at the courts, and he just said the same thing, Fred. We're just chasing the inevitable. But
Yeah.
you give it, he said, look at it as maintenance. Once a court starts to crack, then you're maintaining it by putting this Dynaflex filler in, but you're never gonna stop the problem. You may slow it down because, not as much water will get in,
Yeah.
but
Well-
it's never gonna be like, this is great for 10 years now. No, it's every year, every spring, we need to fill these cracks until we can raise the money to resurface them.
Well, you know, we're right, kind of right back to where we started from. That's why we want to do the post-tension concrete, so we don't have to worry about that every year.
Yeah. And he was a big fan of the post-tension concrete, the Dynaflex guy. He just, sells the paints and the fillers, but he was raving about the post-tension and how much longer it lasts. And
Did he make
Yeah.
any comment to you about how often the post-tension has to be repainted? Because I've read a couple different things. That sometimes I see 3 years, sometimes I see 5, sometimes I see 10.
he said 4 to 6. But really most municipalities do more like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something maybe when we're looking for money, we got to put in that cost
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah.
No.
Is the Dynaflex the stuff that when you look at it, it almost looks like, you can see like cross hatches? If you're on a
That-
court, is that,
No, this is more like a caulk, for lack of a better word, like a caulking type, right?
oh,
Fred,
okay, okay.
or-
For the cracks, yes, but Dynaflex also makes the paint that we
Yeah.
put on, that the contractor put on the tennis courts. It's kind of a rough surface, not rough, but it's lightly sandpaper sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
there's wear and
Mark,
tear.
I think have you seen that on big cracks and other courts and other places?
Yeah, it almost looks like it had been duct tape that wore down, you can see the like cross hatches. Yeah,
How was it playing on that?
well, it was fine, but more cracks have come on those courts, so
So
it's the
that's,
same thing, yeah.
yeah, that is a solution for larger cracks. There's a couple companies, it's called the Right Way system. There's a
Okay.
couple different patented systems. It's like tape, like you're saying, and you tape it over the crack.
It seems
Kind
to
of like,
last.
joint tape when you put up sheetrock or something like that.
Yeah,
Will last a
That's
little bit
what
longer
I'm,
than
that's what
that.
I'm visioning,
Is
Kind
that,
of, but- Right, it's like meshed. It's got like,
Yep.
was that the stuff that Hinding?
yes,
Proposed?
right. That stuff. Hinding is the big supplier of Right Way. He patented that system.
Yeah. well,
excuse me.
Um,
Something
but
we
that's
probably-
not foolproof. It's not foolproof either. And our cracks at Stanton are small, like kind of small for that, he said.
Well, yeah, you should see that. You guys didn't see it, but Cheryl sent me some pictures of the cracks in Colchester that were repaired by that Right Way system. And probably shouldn't put this in the minutes, I don't think, but I don't want to disparage anybody, but they didn't come out all that great. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Again, it ends up, water gets underneath that. Issues happen too. So,
All right, so that's where we are with the Stanton courts. One of the other action items I see was that we were supposed to try to contact some people from the casino. I've got at least an email from somewhere at Mohegan Sun, but again, I didn't want to pursue that until I had a number that we could possibly talk to them about.
Likewise with my contacts, I think we had
Yeah.
talked about that, waiting for the estimate.
So maybe one of the action items then, Cheryl, is for us to contact this other group.
okay.
I mean, I can do it, but I don't know how you want to, I don't know if you want to pursue that, if you want me to do it. I don't care one way or the other.
Let me think about it. Not
Okay.
sure.
That's fine.
No.
You have some more, the specifics. They started asking some specific questions. My gut is I probably won't be able to answer some of those things.
Yeah.
from
Okay. Yeah.
Timetable standpoint and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Is there anything else that we have to talk about?
Well, I think this was an action item. I did put in the capital. My budget was due to the city manager for
That's right.
the ARPA, the rescue funding, along with my budget for 22, 23. And I did put in for the parking lot, 135,000 to pave the parking lot at the tennis courts. And I bundled that in with just the whole general sports complex up there. And all the different usages. And then I put in to do the LED lights for the tennis courts. I think I put in 45,000 to convert the halide poles to LEDs. That was based on an old quote I had. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure the process that the city manager's using to review. Everyone had to get their ARPA requests in last week. So maybe some advocacy could help from the group. I'm not sure.
Advocacy to the city manager.
Well, everything goes to the city council for final approval.
Okay,
I'm not,
city
maybe
council, yeah.
get more info about the process this time. I'm not sure the process. Every city, you're probably reading in the papers, doing different processes. Some are having community meetings and then putting committees together to figure out how to spend all the millions coming in. And so, I just not sure what the city's doing for this second round yet. So if there's a committee, maybe you guys all go and speak and say, we want this to finish the project. But I'm not sure what he's doing. Last time he had 2 meetings where you could go and say, I want to fund.
Can you let us know when you know the process so we can,
Yes,
and did you say, when you said the parking lot was 135, does that include lights for the parking lot or no?
no, but
Okay,
that's a good idea.
and, you said your budget to 2023? You submitted your
Yeah.
budget,
It's fiscal year 22-23.
okay. Okay,
I mean, I did submit a lot of items, just so you guys are aware. For general fields and facilities around Norwich. Skate park, playgrounds. All the playgrounds are like 30 years old. All the other basketball courts haven't been resurfaced either, all the 10 to 12 other basketball courts. Things like that. All right, I think that's it for my updates.
Anybody else have anything? I know I don't. Okay, make a motion to adjourn.
so basically we're on a holding pattern for determining our monies so we can go out and ask again. And we're in a holding pattern waiting to find out who we need to advocate to for the rescue funds. Right?
Yeah, and we're waiting also on a quote from a contractor. So
Right.
yes, you're,
That's the big thing right there.
Okay.
yeah, I think we're,
Martha, will you be able to get the minutes, do you
Yeah.
think, out to us this week so we can take a look at that? And just because in order to approve it, if there are any changes and stuff, I'd like, if you got the time. will you be able
Yeah.
to get within a week, I hope. Don't
Yeah,
you have-
usually-
don't you have to get them to the city clerk within a couple days, don't you?
Right. So usually what I do is I write them and give them to Cheryl and Cheryl forwards them on.
it
So,
was my delay last time, sorry.
so maybe when Cheryl's done, besides sending it to me, send it to everybody, I guess.
That would be great.
Oh, okay.
Okay, would somebody like to make a motion to adjourn?
We'll make a motion to adjourn.
Someone
A
to
second.
that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. All right, guys.
All right.
Happy
thanks,
Thanks-
folks.
Yeah,
Alright.
happy Thanksgiving. See you next time.
Uh,
Likewise,
Happy
everyone.
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, when's our next meeting? When's our next meeting?
Oh,
Did you say that?
I did not.
I think it was December 3rd or something.
December 13,
Okay,
December 13.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. See you all then.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.